Geeks with beards, geeks with beards. Look who's here, geeks with beards. No need to fear, we're right here. We got beards, so listen clear. Geeks with beards, geeks with beards.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Comic Corner. In this episode, we're going to be talking about MUMM-RA, the ever-living #1 from Dynamite. And this is another book of the three that is part of the Thundercats Silverhawks crossover event. Kind of a tie-in book. This one's about MUMM-RA and his origin story. Really good. There's two of these right now, so it's really good so far. As you can see here, a really great cover. Just a great picture of MUMM-RA, kind of going from his little mummy form to his big ever-living form. It's just great. All these covers are amazing. So we'll jump into it. We'll get to the credits page here, guys. And then we open up here, book 1. And basically it says, before everything that we knew, Third Earth and the monsters and ever-living creatures, and even the Second Earth, was another world that the beast called home, a beautiful, rich, but brutal planet. And this planet was called First Earth. And we're in Old Kingdom, Egypt. Beautiful. You see the great pyramids and slaves building the pyramids. It's great artwork. Just all around great artwork. And we are introduced to a couple of characters that are going to be key characters in our story. We see one character is getting beat up by some other slaves. They're a little bit bigger. Basically, they're bullying him. But then his buddy shows up and helps out. He's like, I can't believe that you would fight, your own kind, which he's talking about slaves. He's like, you got to value your life. Our life is short as it is. Just can't believe you guys are fighting amongst each other. And this gentleman's name is Inskirka. That's how I pronounce it. I may be wrong about that. And the one he was protecting is this little feller here. And his name, I'm going to say it one time. We'll see if I can get it right. Ra Meses Mi Atumu. And this will be MUMM-RA. This is who MUMM-RA will become. And give out the ads there. And basically you get a little bit of narration boxes here that let you know that Ra serves a local noble. And he's like, Inskirka's like, you got away with people, Ra. And it says Inskirka was his friend. They've both been sent to the mines. Very little freedoms. And he's like, you got away with enraging them. He's like, look, it was a simple discussion. I believe I thought they were moronic toads. They disagreed. It says what Inskirka lacked in status, he made it for in strength and skill. He used those attributes to protect Ra. In return, Ra was able to grant his protector more liberties because he, worked for a noble. But he was also paid to protect Ra. But he's like, Ra wanted more from his life. He thought there was more out there. So he turns to the gods. And we see that these are the ancient spirits of evil that we all know from the cartoon. And then we go to what will be known as Second Earth. Kind of the hell dimension and evil dimension. And the evil spirits are just like, oh, do you feel that? Like, what, boredom? Like, no. It's like, look at this, go back, pay attention to this chaotic planet, talking about First Earth. And it's like, oh, we may have found a kindred spirit, as in Ra. And then the slaves go back to work, and the ones that Inskirka beat up the other day to protect Ra, they're going to get a little bit of payback. He's like, though there is no guard to save you this time, he's like, return to your work, save yourself from further shame. And basically he kind of just scares them all by talking to him, and he's like, what? And what did he find in the mine, What did he find there? And then he comes back later that day to talk to Ra, and he's like, I must speak to you alone. And he's like, yeah, the master at the market. He's like, what? He's like, look, come with me, I got to show you what I found. And he takes him back to the mine, and he's going to show him what he finds. And then he's like, tell me more. And then you see the ancient spirits of evil. Like, yes, the seed is planted. And he's like, look, what I found, I've hidden on site. He's like, there's going to be too many nearby. He's like, we'll take it after, we do our labor for the day. Can you use your privileges after a work day? We can conceal it under your wrappings. So, and Skirka goes back to dig up what he found, and then of course those guys show back up. And this time they've got weapons, they've got knives. They're going to attack him. But he's going to fight. He's not afraid. He's going to fight, and he does. He bites them, spits blood. Of course, he does get cut, and unfortunately, he gets stabbed. Whew. And it's like, cease work, return to your dwellings. And they stab him again. Like, he gets stabbed a couple of good times, and then they leave him to die, basically. And Ra is upset. He thinks that Skirka has betrayed him, took the secret that he found, and just ran away with it. And of course, the evil spirits are kind of in his mind, kind of talking to him, messing with his head a little bit. He's like, fine, I'll go search for it myself. Blah, to hell with Skirka. And then he sees Skirka laying on the ground, almost dead. He's like, I thought you betrayed me. I thought you took the treasure and left. He's like, no, I wouldn't. He's like, you got to take me to a healer. I'm dying. And then, of course, there's the evil spirits like, he doesn't trust you. He's like, you would think I would betray you? He's like, no, I wouldn't think you'd betray me. He's like, but if, you were in the same position as me, you would help me. Or, I would help you as well. But, nope, sure not. He takes a big rock and whack, he kills Skirka. He squishes his head. But what he doesn't know is that stone that he picked up had this in it. Ooh, dark magic. We all know that symbol. It lights up. The ancient spirit starts speaking to him. And he's like, hey, come to us, Ra, come to us. He's like, yes, I will. And he does, and he ends up on second Earth. He's like, where am I? What is this place? And of course, the ancient spirits are speaking to him. Great artwork of these ancient spirits of evil. He's like, welcome. He's like, you have earned a place here among your gods. Ancient spirits of evil have brought you here. And he's like, oh, I knew it. I knew I was destined for greater things. And they transform his body. And basically, they say to him that your new form is what your true intention, like how your inner self is coming out to the outside. So like they're saying basically on the inside, he's a monster. He's an evil creature on the inside. And now they've brought it forth to his physical appearance. It's a great introduction to the origin story of MUMM-RA. I don't remember there being an origin story for him in the 80s cartoon. Maybe in the 2011, I can't remember. If any of you guys can remember, please leave me a comment below and remind me, because I can't remember. Same as the other comic books. I hadn't read the other comics, so I don't know. So for me, this is the first time seeing an origin story from MUMM-RA, and I like what they're doing. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, guys, good reading.
Geeks with beards. Geeks with beards. Look who's here. Geeks with beards. No need to fear. We're right here. We got beards. So listen clear. Geeks with beards. Geeks with beards.